This model kit review is of the F-4J Phantom by Tamiya. It is a 1/32nd scale model kit. This is an absolutely enormous box. I can't even fit it into my my modeling bay here. The side here has some details. I can't even show it, it's so enormous. It's a very large box here. We've got two different versions. Oh my God, my camera won't even zoom out enough. There's the one version there, and then here is the other version, the Warlords and the Fighting Falcons in reverse order. But that looks absolutely phenomenal. It is just an enormous box. It's very big, and this is an enormous plane. So we're going to have a look through here, and I bought this online, and there were some extra parts that came with it that don't normally come with this model kits. Let's take all these parts out. There's lots to go through here. The plane, well, this was already started here, as you can see. It comes with this. These are rubber tires and metal for the landing gear. Lots of decals, and the extra parts that came with that the person who sold it to me had these Edward parts here for the cockpits, and not really sure what these Fuselage parts are, but we'll have a look at those. And then over here, these are also some additional photo etched accessories. We'll have to look and see what those are for. And it comes with some screws. So let's start having a look here. It's a good sign that there's these screws. Tamiya usually produce excellent quality kits, and these are going to be helping to hold parts together. Over here we have our two ejection seats, and these come already like that with that extra detail. I showed you this already. We've got rubber and metal for the landing gear. Some very large fuel tanks here, left and right, I would imagine there. That person put right there. So that unfortunately has been started. And then the centerline fuel tank been glued together already. Over here we have our cockpit details there, and we've got wheels, very nicely molded. There's our instrument panel there, lots and lots of detail, and the same for the side there. Here we have our glass. There's our windshield, typical Phantom oval there, and here is the rest of the canopy. They've got two canopy pieces that's come off already. It's Sprue, but there are two pieces there. Okay, over here we've got the screwdriver for the screws, and then this is the tail underneath where the exhausts come out here. Beautifully molded here. Lots of surface detail. Let's have a look at these sprues here. Yeah, absolutely enormous kits. And these are the downward facing and very beautifully molded elevators. You can see we've got recessed rivet lines there. There's that huge nose. We've got some rails here for weapons, same there. And then that's I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe that's for a hook there. Beautifully molded. Just look at the surface detail here. You can see rivet lines there. Incredible, typical, really, Tamiya quality. Next one here, I can see our cockpits. There's the cockpit tub there with our instrument panel, lots of surface detail. That really is amazing. And the probably the rails for the ejection seats there. More parts here for our cockpits with all the extra detail. And then that's the instrument panel covers. There's our ladder for those pilots to climb out. So look at these sprues here. A few parts have fallen off already, it looks like. Look at that surface detail, absolutely incredible. Just beautifully molded. Look at the details here of the inside of our wheel well covers. And then here's our tail hook. And this is part of our canopy. There's the front, that's the rear. The wheel well covers have got rivet lines on the outside as well. Got some flaps. These are going to be going around the metal landing gear. Just phenomenal detail and molding quality. These are the air ducts for the engine, and then the insides of our wheel wells there for some additional detail. So this is where the fuel tanks were removed from. Let's have a look here. We've got our engine covers there, intake. Look at the detail here on this. This is phenomenal. Look inside there on our exhaust. Here's our seat and ejection levers. We've got our rudder pedals. The other side here is part of our engine. We've got our pilot and other parts for the pilot there. We've got weapons, comes with those extra pieces there, and more weapons over here. So same thing, looks like we've got two of the same thing there. Just beautifully molded. Now we move on to here. This is the fuselage, and it's wrapped in this bubble wrap. To cut it free. This just shows you how large this model is. And look at that surface detail, absolutely phenomenal. Our air intakes there. That's where our pilots are going to be in our cockpits. Absolutely beautiful. There's some little mold lines here, but I don't think it matters really, because well, maybe that might matter. Our tail's going to go there and get cover most of it. There's some detail here also on the inside of the cockpits. Okay, next we've got the wing sections. Enormous sprues, absolutely enormous. And look at that detail, just incredible. So these are the wings, and wing tips, they go up at that angle, this incredible detail. Recessed rivet and panel lines. Here are the sides of the air intakes. Got some raised surface detail here. Absolutely perfect. There's the inside of the wheel well, also got detail there. Okay, the last sprue is this main wing, the underside of the wing. And they've put foam around it to protect these edges. Wow, look at that. That's incredible. Got the vents here, all the different details here for our rivet and panel lines. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now we're going to look at our decals here. And like we said, there are two different versions. So here's the one for the this is the Warlords, beautifully printed. And here's the one, this is from, what was this from? Well, this is a plane that was on the USS Constellation. Okay, so the instructions were not with the model kit that I bought, and so I did find them online and I printed them out, and we'll go through them. We've got some pictures here of the actual plane and then model there. So let's have a look inside here. Show you some of the tools we need. Okay, so we're going to start off with building the air ducts there. And we're going to put on the air intakes. Got some nice detail there. Shows you how to scribe there. Cut off some of the extra parts there. We're going to build the engines and then the elevator. Goes down at that angle and it kind of shows you how to do that. Then we've got the stabilizer, elevator and engines going onto the fuselage. And looks like that'll rotate up and down. So that's a nice feature there. Now we're starting on the cockpit. Lots of details here. And then we've got the wings going on there. You can see, don't forget to cut those holes depending on what hardware you want to add on the pylons. And then this is where the parts get screwed together. It's a very large model, and so the screws help hold it together. We've got the wheel wells going together there, and then the top wing. Same thing here for the other side. And then we've got the resting hook and the exhaust nozzles. And we've got the nose wheel well and landing gear, all the extra little pieces going on. The fuselage. We've got our nose cone and additional parts there for our nose wheel. We've got our main gear then, left and right, and then all the wheel well covers and additional details there. We've got our weapons. These are the AIM-7 Sparrows, and then wing pylons with the sidewinder, AIM-9 sidewinders going on there. And then mounting all those on the fuselage, that we usually do at the end. We've got our drop tanks, and that's two on each side and then a larger one on the middle. And now we've got our wings as well as our elevators, sorry, our ailerons and flaps, and you can mount them up if you want to, the wings. And then there's our tail. There's the vertical tail with a rudder. We put our ejection seats into the cockpit, along with the ejection rails there, and then our figures. Then we've got the instrument panel and head-up display there, as well as the details for the rear, the navigator. Here is our canopy. You can have it open or closed, and then it's the open canopy there, which obviously you'd prefer to do with this amount of detail. There's the in-flight refueling probe. Nice to model that detail open. And then here are the decal and panel guides there, or paint guides rather. Lots of decals, lots of detail here. Shows you where all those pieces go. So that's one version here. This is the Fighting Falcons, and that shows you both sides. Here's another version here. These are the Vigilantes, different tail art, and then we've got the Warlords, and all three of them look like good options there. Then we've got some details from the underside. And then finally we've got the parts listings. So, tremendous model kits, incredible amount of detail. The molding quality is amazing. Really is, that's going to be a phenomenal model.